కనబడకపోతే
కనబడినా సరే రాసిన చదివేటప్పుడు ఎంత
Good morning to everyone. Today class is to be continued in the previous class. In a previous class, what we will discuss? Once more recollect. Electric flux and density of electric flux. What is electric flux? Electric flux can be defined as a number of electric lines of force emanating perpendicularly from the surface of electric charge in an electric field is called electric flux. That electric flux, we write the equation, the Coulomb charge phi E equals to Q by epsilon naught. And also in the another form we can write integral E equals to E ds cos theta equals to phi E. And also the density of electric flux. The electric flux required per unit area or a number of electric lines emanating from unit area is called density of electric flux. The density of electric flux is nothing but phi E by A. A is nothing but area and phi E is nothing but electric flux. So another definition, density of electric flux is nothing but the flux required per unit area is called density of electric flux. By using the electric flux, by using these two equations, now we discuss the Gauss law and its proof is the most important in your examination point of view. So today we discuss about the Gauss law. Today we discuss about the Gauss law. What is a Gauss law and what is its proof and what is the application, some other etc. discuss about. So Gauss law is nothing but the Gauss law states that the total flux over a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed within the surface. That means Gauss law states that the total electric flux over the closed surface is equal 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed within the surface is called Gauss law. Is the most important concept. Gauss law is nothing but the Gauss law can be defined as the Gauss law states that the total electric flux over a closed surface is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed within the surface is called Gauss law. So that equation phi E equals to integral E dot ds equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge is the total charge. 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge closed surface integral of E dot ds equals to is the total flux. This equation holds good even if the surface is not symmetrical or irregular. Okay, this equation holds good even if the surface is not symmetrical or irregular surfaces. So that surface is called a Gaussian surface. That surface is called Gaussian. So not symmetry is nothing but we consider any shape of surface, not particular, a rectangular, a square or circle, sphere or irregular. We consider any shape. So that one is not symmetrical. So the equation holds good even if the surface is not symmetrical or irregular surface. That surface is called Gaussian surface. So is the statement of Gauss law. Is the statement of Gauss law and the equation from the Gauss law. The equation can be written as in the form of. Now we prove what is a Gauss law, how we can get that value. So now we says about the proof of Gauss law. So we consider a closed surface area. It is not a particular shape, that means symmetrical or irregular shape of the closed surface area. We assume a positive charge situated inside of the closed irregular surface area. Let us we take a small area ds, a small area ds on the closed surface area at a point P at a distance small r from point O. Due to the positive charge, the electric flux is generated in the direction of intensity of electric field direction E bar is the vector. That vector is making an angle theta with the field vector E bar. Field vector E bar. At a point O, the angle is solid angle d omega is the solid angle. Okay. We assume a closed, irregular or not symmetrical surface. We consider a positive charge inside of the closed surface area at a point O, and we assume a small area ds on the closed surface at a point P at a distance small r from that point O. So the electric flux is d phi E, or the electric flux is come out from the positive charge. That flux is in the direction of E bar is the vector. So the vector ds bar making an angle theta with E bar. At a point O, the angle is denoted d omega. D omega is a solid angle. What is a solid angle? Solid angle is nothing but, or the solid angle can be defined as a three-dimensional analog of an angle such as that subtended by cone or formed by a planes meeting at a point is called solid angle. D omega is a solid angle. So is the definition. Solid angle means a three-dimensional analog of an angle such as subtended by cone or formed by planes meeting at a point is called solid angle. Is a solid angle is the definition of solid angle. That solid angle is denoted by d omega in the area ds, or the total solid angle is denoted by omega. In that particular situation, the omega equals to 4 pi. So the solid angle measure in a steradian units. Units is nothing but steradian, or another unit is square degree. Square degree is the definition of solid angle. The solid angle is denoted by d omega or omega In that particular situation, from the figure, the solid angle is nothing but 4 pi. The solid angle is measured in units steradian or square degree. Now come to the point or come to the proof. What is further? As shown in figure, d phi is the electric flux due to positive charge, is nothing but surface integral E dot ds. That means E bar ds bar. So d phi E d phi E integration d phi E equals to E ds cos theta. E ds cos theta. Here E is a intensity of electric field. Intensity of electric field. But we know that from coulombs and intensity of electric field, E equals to F by Q. F is a electric force. That means F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Already we discussed about that. By using that equation, we can find the intensity of electric field equation. E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. Q by R square, the common equation. So that one is substitute. So therefore phi E total equals to surface integral E is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square ds cos theta. ds cos theta. That implies 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral Q by R square ds cos theta. Nothing but ds cos theta. From the solid angle, ds by R square cos theta equals to d omega. So therefore phi E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of Q into solid angle. Phi E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral Q into is nothing but value is nothing but 4 pi. So phi E equals to 4 pi by 4 pi epsilon naught integral Q. Is nothing but phi E equals to 1 by epsilon naught surface integral Q. Surface integral Q. That means the surface integral Q equals to summation of the Q1, Q2 and so on. is equals to capital Q. So phi E equals to 1 by epsilon naught into capital Q is Gauss law. So what is a Gauss law and what is its proof? So by using the not symmetrical or irregular shape as shown in figure, by using that one to derive the equation of Gauss law is the case 1. In second case, consider not symmetrical or irregular. Now we consider a point outside the irregular closed surface. That means O at a positive charge, okay. In a second case, let us we consider a irregular closed surface. We take a point O outside the irregular closed surface area. At a point O, the positive charge is situated as shown in figure. Due to the positive charge, the electric flux is come out from the positive charge in the direction of ds2. The flux is come out from the point O due to the positive charge in the direction of, that means d phi E is in the direction through the ds1 and ds2. Here clearly ds2 is greater than ds1. One more point is, we remember at first we define the electric flux when it is positive, when it is negative. Once the flux is enter into the positive charge or enter into the surface, that one is considered a negative. The flux is come out from the charge or come out from the surface is considered a positive. That means enter into the surface is negative, that means incoming. So is nothing but outcome is positive. That means at a ds1 the flux d phi E is negative. At a ds2 the flux is considered positive. By using these 2 points to determine the case 2, at ds1 the flux d phi e equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught d omega because of solid angle. Similarly, at a ds2 the flux is nothing but to positive 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into d omega. So the resultant flux in closed surface, that means the flux at a ds1 plus the flux at a ds2 is nothing but minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught d omega plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into d omega is nothing but 0. The first case is the considering point inside of the closed surface. The first case we learn the charge is situated inside of the. The second case, the charge is situated outside from the surface area. So is the Gauss law verification, is the Gauss law proof. So statement and its proof is important for your public examination. So tomorrow the application of Gauss law and what is a derivation of form. So tomorrow we will discuss. Okay, thank you.